Greetings YouTube, welcome to Zero AD Newbie Rush, and we are looking at build orders again. It's the third and the final one of the planned series of exercises put together by a friend of the channel, Weird Jokes. This is his infantry rush, so we're talking infantry this week. Huge response to the Cav Rush one, and indeed there was quite a good response to the sort of boring economic build order as well. So I've really been enjoying doing this. It's good to hear people's feedback on how these build orders work and how differently people interpret them. It's worth saying, and this came up in the comments for the Cav Rush section, early rush attacks are a mix of high risk, high reward. It can be spectacularly successful, it could win you the game, or it could leave you in a terribly disadvantaged position if things don't go your way. There is a little bit of luck to it as well as skill, but I suspect you probably already knew that anyway. It's been interesting to see how people have been getting on with the Cav Rush. Some spectacular successes have been reported, so I'm not going to take credit for those. All of the work here and the guidance is down to Weird Jokes, and we're going to see his take on infantry rushing. Let's start the action off and we'll see how it goes. So here we are, we're on a wintry small mainland map this time. Weird Jokes is playing as the Seleucids, not one of my favourite sims. He's up against, looks like somebody playing as the Persians. It's the AI playing as Persians. Persians quite known for their cav sort of ability. I don't quite know how they're going to respond to this. I'm not quite sure how Weird Jokes is going to go for it. He's made a start of going for Javelineers. My previous experience with infantry rushes at the beginning is sort of typically with slingers and the Britons. Interestingly, once again, like he did with the Cav Rush, he has ignored the berries, gone straight for gathering the wood resources with all of the citizens. There are those Javelineers, they've come straight out to doing wood as well. And we have groups of 2 spearmen now. So this is not just going to be ranged attack or melee attack, it's a mix. So at some point, he is going to have to go on to food. At the moment, food supply is being supplemented purely by the cavalrymen killing the chickens. We are 1 minute 15 in. His population's up to 18. So, of which 13 of those, no, sorry, 12 of those are infantry. 13 now. So we're seeing he's scaled it back down to individual ones now. He's got the auto train on. At what point does he launch the attack and how does he go about it? Not really done anything in the way of the scouting of the surrounding areas. Literally has not scouted at all. So quite different to the way Weird Jokes went for it with the Cav. What we got here? We have one guy on the run. Oh no, he's gone back to wood. Is he going to do? I thought he was going to send him round to scout the immediate area. Okay, they've branched out again. They're going for the most profitable wood lines at the moment. Still producing them one at a time. 2 minutes 15 in. You could see, despite the overall population lead, just how many extra additional infantry that Weird Jokes has gone for. Now low on food, so is not going to be in a position to make any more at that point. Has timed it pretty much perfectly. And we're now seeing production of women, so they switch back to an economy-based approach. We are seeing a focus on food, and we are seeing...
ESD?
Hang on, we'll try and catch them all here. 13 Javelineers and 5 Spearmen are making up the bulk of this force here. Where are they going to strike first? They're pretty much going down the heart of the map. And the first thing they're going to run into, so he's scouted. He's actually done some scouting with his Cav unit. See exactly what Weird Jokes saw. So he had a quick look to see where the boundaries are. First kills are being registered. So the Cav unit is there as a supporting sort of thing, but it's going to withdraw now. No losses, 2 kills. They've gone straight in. So the spearmen,
Yes, see?
yeah, the spearmen go in, but they're being supported by the javelineers who are weakening from distance, joined in with the cav. So it's a mix of things. We've now got the, yeah, look at this. It's 2 groups. So a lone group of spearmen over here, taking people out from distance, and this is murderous. It's 11 kills for no losses already. They're getting a bit close to the CC, so you may take some casualties now. 16, yeah, you lose the odd one, you're bound to. But this is, you're going to sacrifice these guys for the sake of murdering all of these women gathering food. It's been atrocious. So down to a population of 3, game over basically. You now get out of range if you can and capture any outlying buildings and kill everything that comes out one at a time. So that's pretty impressive. So that was 4 minutes 20 less than. Still only 1 loss, and that was when he went right in next to the CC. Didn't quite get the capture there, but has captured and destroyed that storehouse there. The opposition's infrastructure is in tatters. They can't really afford to produce anything. They have a handful of infantry here chasing after them, but they are dead basically. You could murder these guys and you have a walkover victory. Any human player would resign at this point. If you're up against a more capable defender, you could send your other group around to post watchtowers, but basically they're going to pick off anything that comes out of the CC. So more kills, 30 to 2. I think that kind of tells you everything you need to know about this approach. So the emphasis was on wood, small amounts of food being gathered by the horse. By the time that gathering is done, you have an army of 16 or 17, in this case 18, that could just march down there. The main bulk of it was ranged troops and then supported by 5 melee troops who just basically get in close. You're going to come under fire from ranged troops, so they're heavily armored. They can get in close whilst, you know, they can tie up. They're effectively the meat shield while the ranged troops take everybody out from distance. And that's that. That is the mixed infantry attack. That was pretty impressive. That was even faster than last time. I know the game goes on for about 14 minutes, but I think we'll pause it there. That is the rush. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one. And see if it gives you any sort of inspiration. I've not seen that particular variation of it. That was incredibly quick. Interesting to see how it works with other civs with a mix of and that, you know, whether it works with slingers or not. I'm used to the concept of slinger rushes. I've done those a few times, but that was incredibly quick. And once again, I've got to thank Weird Jokes for his contributions to this. There are 3 build orders. They will differ from yours. There are certain inherent weaknesses with some of them, such as the economy build being very open to rushes like we've seen here. But I mean, that is the balance of 0 AD. You moderate your approach as you see fit. You probably would not go for the all-in economy build if you thought you were going to be attacked. You would probably build defenses in for the sake of at the sake of your development, you know, maybe 10 units down than where you would be if you really went for it, but with the benefit of a couple of towers and more defense. Likewise with the rush, I've been experimenting with the cavalry rushes. I've been experimenting with going with 5 horses rather than 7, so I could get on to an economy build. The idea is not to knock over the opponent, but to slow them down, to reduce their tempo, like in chess. Give yourself an advantage in the economy side of things, not necessarily deliver that fatal knockout blow, which is quite rare, unless you come up against an opponent who's totally unprepared. The chances are you're not going to get a clean victory straight away. You are going to have to go back and do some kind of an economy build and an early attack to finish the job. And if you manage your rush right, you can find yourself an advantage to doing that. One other thing that came up was if you do a rush and it doesn't go that particularly well, you have to think seriously about your own defenses, because you are never more vulnerable than when you have just rushed somebody. So a counterattack could be on the way. Lots of things to consider. I'm very intrigued as to what you think about Weird Jokes' mixed infantry rush there. That was pretty darn quick, I gotta say. I'd love to hear what variations you have, how you would change it. And I'm also looking for submissions. I am looking for people's favourite personal build orders that they're willing to share with other members of the Zero AD community, so we can all have a look. Similar situation to this. To keep it even, I suggest you pick what would it be? Probably a small standard map. Mainland is ideal. It's a bit boring, but occasionally you can mix it up a little bit. But something consistent. Something that will work on pretty much any map, maybe, and the majority of biomes, or maybe a specific one to a biome you like. What gives you the edge, and how do you do it? I want to see playing against a defensive AI so they don't try and suicide attack early. And I would absolutely love to see your take on the variations of early rushes, or even your economic build order if you do things differently to how you've seen Weird Jokes doing it. One thing that has been suggested is it's all very well saying how you do these rush attacks, but what about how you defend against them? Now, I'm probably the wrong person to demonstrate this, so I'm looking into how we can put that together, whether we can arrange some kind of test games where we know one player is going to rush the other and how they go about defending against them. I think that would be very interesting, very useful. I've got to find some people prepared to help with that who might be my guinea pigs for that kind of tutorial. So that's somewhere in the future. But in the meantime, I am absolutely looking for your rush variations, your build order variations, anything that you are prepared to share. And we'll have a look at it and see how it works. I know Valorant is doing something similar. He's just done one on a build order for attacking with attack dogs. So things like phase 2, slightly longer build orders where you're working on phase 2 champions like Security Commandos, or like I said, getting loads and loads of attack dogs for a specific scenario. Anything like that. If you want to submit under these kind of test conditions against that sort of defensive but very hard AI, I would be absolutely grateful to get them and have a look and maybe do another tutorial continuation of this series. So it doesn't stop here, there will be more. But that's it for the series for now. Thanks again to Weird Jokes for submitting, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. If you'd like one of your matches featured on the show, see the video description of how you can submit your replays. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles for more replays, commentary, and tutorials on Zero AD Newbie Rush. I'll see you in the next video.